Hello there, my name is Thomas Horch. I'm principal trombone with the Bavarian Broadcast Symphony Orchestra. I've traveled the world with this orchestra and have experience of all kinds of concert halls. To work in such a top orchestra means playing the entire symphonic repertoire under the baton of some of the world's top conductors. Every day you find yourself facing new challenges and demands which call for immediate responses. To do this, you need versatile material which allows speedy reactions to all possible circumstances. I've long been looking for an instrument which meets these high demands. And now I've found it, Yamaha's new Xeno. When I traveled to Japan a few years ago for a master class, I did not have an instrument of my own, and the people at Yamaha's placed a tenor trombone at my disposal, which was only available on the Japanese market and thus totally unknown to me. After my very first experiences, my interest in the instrument was aroused, and when the instrument makers asked me for my opinion, a development began which has continued to this very day. And here it is, the all-new Xeno. But how did things go on? Back in Germany, I received an instrument to test it in, meaning above all its performance within the orchestra, the normal situation the trombonist finds himself in. This is of extreme importance, as the demands an orchestra makes frequently go beyond those of the soloist. Being more dynamic, orchestra work demands excellence on various levels. Integrated within the brass section, the trombonist finds himself called on to take the lead and determine the musical action in the orchestra. Thus, a high degree of flexibility is desirable, which I demanded from the engineers developing the Xeno. This process took several years to complete. Series of tests were carried out in Japan and in studios in Germany, where my suggestions and comments were put into practice and developed. In a very fruitful cooperation, we finally reached a point which we originally had not anticipated and which went far beyond what we had imagined. Finally, we came up with an instrument which produces a noble forte sound without tending to self-importance. This instrument is equally convincing in the softer dynamic ranges. Piano here meaning not only soft, but possessing a tonality of its own and shades of sound which allow it to make its own individual mark outside the orchestral whole. As the acoustic of Carnegie Hall differ from those of the Musikverein in Vienna, you have to be able to adapt swiftly, and the new Xeno is extremely helpful in this respect. This instrument displays its merits not only in orchestral work, but also in chamber music. On the one side it blends excellently with the trumpets, but also harmonizes in perfect unity with horn and tuba on the other. Finally, this instrument sets new standards in solo playing, as it allows an individual shaping of the sound to its player's taste. It is then that this instrument displays an exceeding elegance of its own, allowing the soloist to leave his own very personal mark. Well, I could say a lot more, but why don't you have a look on the new Xeno at the music dealers or visit the website of Yamaha, yamaha-europe.com. And if you wish to see more on myself, please visit my web presentation at yamaha.co.jp. That way you can gain a first impression from my new CD, Récital Français. Thanks and bye-bye.